Internet guys, can you hear me? You hope not? Jason and George both called sick. Chloe's out of town, but can you handle that? Do we need to come up there? Okay, you guys got the B team today, so bear with us. Boss man is out of town. He's not here either, so I don't know what the heck we're going to do now. Coy! Bring me on. Easy. Slow down. Can you do it, Paula? I remember when you and I used to get sick too at the same time. We used to drink out of the same straw. We don't anymore. Ain't no more of that sickness going around. Bring me one, Antonio. No, there's no shoot today, so it's going to be slower. No shoot. Where they come in one at a time, that shoot. No, they cut all the feet off. They've been cutting all the feet off, so Jason shut it down this morning and told me he wanted it fixed today, this week. Well, I walked out there back even. Full time, $1.50, $1.50, they're going to get 55, they're going to get 60, they're going to get 5, they're going to get. I know I did. I've seen that happen a time or two. Whatever he said. $1.55, $1.55, 60 now 5, and 70 now 5, now 80 now 5, and I give 82 and a half, and I 182 and a half, 182 and a half, and I get 5, 185, and I get 3, 5, and I get 5, and I get 5, and I get 5, 7, 87, 87, 85, 87, D, 185 bull. He do it for you? Did he do it for you? Really? He's got a long memory, doesn't he? 160, 165, and again 5, and again 70, and again 175, and again 80, 182 and a half, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 182 and a 5, 185, 182 and a 5, 182 and a 5, 182 and a 5, 5 hole, 182 and a half, put them on, hole 7. $1.30, 132 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 60, to get 40, to get 2 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, to get 147 and a half, 50, and 152 and a half, to get 5, to get 5, to get 7 and a half, to get 60, 160, to get 7 and a half, 60, to 157 and a half, 60, and 60, to get 60, so 157 and a half. Chris, what? 10. Feel better? Tired? Open count right here, 130, 130 to 2, 132, to get $2, 130, to get 32, to get 4, to get 5, to get 6, to get 35, 36, 7, 37, 8, and 39, to get 40, $41, 41, 2, 42, 43, 44, and 45, to get $6, to get $47, 48, $49, 50, and now 51, 52, to get 3, 4, to get 5, 6, and 7, to get 57, 156, 7, 157 here, so 156, Chris 3. 13. Dollar bill, 2 and a half, $1. Okay, Coy. Thank you, Coy. All go, dollar bill, 2 and a half, $1 now, 2 and a half, 102 and a half, 5, 105, 105, 105, 105, 125, 105. 125, 125, to get 5, 6, here to get 600, 7, 107, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 107, 108, 107, 108, 107, 108, 107, 108, here, 8 here, Chris, 107, nothing. One and a quarter, 125, better go 125, 25, 25, 7 and a half, 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 25, 27, 30, at 132, 134, 136, 138, 138, 40, 142, 144, and 46, here, 848, $50, 52, $2, $2, and $2.50, $2, sold 150, book number 11. How was your weekend?
Good. How was yours? I didn't either. We had some of those shavings yesterday. Pigs.
135, 135, 135, 7 and a half, 40, to get 40, to get 2, to get 44, to get 42, 4, to get 44, 46, 4600, and 44, 46, 44, 46, 8, 48, 48, 50, $1.50, to get 50, to get 2, to get 2, to get 4, and 4, to get 52, 54, 52, 54, and 4, book 152, book number nothing. Thompson. 50 cents, 50 cents a pound, 50 cents a pound, at 50, to get 2 and a half, to get 2 and a half, 52 and a half, 5, to get 60, and 60, to get 65, to get 70, to get 70, and 75, to get 80, to get 80, to get 80, 77 and a half, out there, penny, and 77 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, Chris got him 75 cents, 12. Thank you. I'll go 120, 120, to get 2, 122, to get 2, to get 2, to get 120, to get 20, to get 20, at 120, 120, 120, 120, 120, to get 20, to get 22, to get 22, and 22, 120, over to get 2, to get 2, book 120, book, put them in nothing. No, 11. Thank you. $1.20, $120 down 2.5, at a 122 and a half, 125, 27 and a half, at a get 30, at a 130, 130, 130, 132 and a half, at a get 5, at a 135, 7 and a half, at a get 7 and 40, at 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 140, at a get 2 and a half, 42 and a half, at a 142 and a half, 42 and a half, book 140, book number 11. You don't think you'll be here? 130, 132, 130, to get 2, to get 32, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, 4, to get 35, to get 36, $7, to get 7, 8, to get 9, 40, and 41, 41, 2, 42, 43, to get 3, 4, to get 5, to get 45, $6, to get 46, Chris, 6, 7, 147, sir, 147, 146, 7, and 7, but Chris got it, 146, 20, 20. Heavy breed.
I should have wrote on the card. Does it say Paula?
7 to 9 years, 7 months.
7 months. What are you doing with sorting cows?
Everybody's gone. Clay's gone, Liddy's gone, John's gone.
Where's everybody going to? I know Clay and Liddy are sick.
I don't know either. Who's on? Heavy bred cows, heavy bred right here, 125, 125, 125, 25, 25, 25, 125, 7 and a half, to get 30, 132 and a half, 5, at 37 and a half, 40, $42 and a half, 45, to get 47 and a half, 50, at 152 and a half, 5, to get 55, 7 and a half, 60, 162 and a half, to get 5, to get 7 and a half, to get 70, to get 2 and a half, 5, at 177 and a half, 80, 182 and a half, 5, at 7 and a half, and 90, 192 and a half, at 192 and a half, at 192, 50 here, book 190, put on number 7. No, S7, S7, that's right. Sorry. Bread. 7 and 9 months bread.
Showbred. 3, 4 months.
Say they still got teeth, huh? 1,500, 1,500, 15, to get 1,500, to get 15, a quarter and a half, to get 75, 16 and a half, and 17 and a half, to get 18 and a half, to get 19 and a half, to get 2,000, and 2,000, to get 19 and a half, 2, 19 and a half, to get 2,000, 22 and a half, 5, and 2,500, 22 and 3, and 2,300, 22 and a 3, 22 and a 3, 22 and a 3, and 22 and a half, 2,300, to get 3, so 22 and a half, Chris, 5. No, no. Keith's doing it. Yeah, he's got Coy on the line.
Okay, that's good.
What? I don't care. You care? 135, 135, better get 5, 7 and a half, better get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 to 40, 140, better get 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, and 5, 145, now 7 and a half, better get 50, out of 152, better get 4, better get 4, better get 6 here, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58 here, cab, 156, number 3. Where does the market report go? Does he work for the government?
I think I just put it on Facebook. Something put on Facebook.
he's here. Did I say anything ugly? I didn't think so either.
Truthful. Kind of like Donald. Truthful.
Easy, easy, easy. He's talking about Donald Trump.
I'll meet this afternoon.
What difference does it make?
I will this afternoon.
What difference does it make?
Makes a lot of difference, don't it, Ricardo?
He told me last week he was going to be out for 2 weeks, but I didn't talk to him today.
One more week.
You got enough feed to last another week? You have to go buy some more feed. That's the first thing he asked me to come in today. Who's fighting?
The cows. We got bad bull out there.
That's what I hear.
Odd cows.
That's what I hear.
She's done already.
Sell two?
No, what?
5-year-old cow. 5-year-old cow. 130, 132 and a half, 132 and a half, but a 132 and a half, but I get 2 and a 5, 35, 35, 7 and a half, 40, 142 and a half, but I get 2 and a 5, 45, 7 and a half, 50, 150 to 150 to 147 and a half, 52 and a half, and 5 gets your man, 55, but I get 5, 55, 7 and a half, 60, 160, but I get 2 and a half, but I get 5, and 5, but I get 5, 65, 7 and a half, 70, and 170, but I get sold 167 and a half, put them on, Chris 4X.
Chris 4X out there.
Ask Antonio. Ask Antonio.
Tone.
Nice cow right here now. Did I get 135? Out of 135, 7 and a half, 40, 2 and a half, 5. Did I get 7 and a half, 50, 152 and a half. Did I get 2 and a half? Out of 152 and a 5. Did I get 5? Did I get 5? 52 and a 5, 52 and a 5, 7 and a half, and 7 and a half. Took it right ahead of you now. 57 and a half, 60. Had 162, 162, and 4, and 4. Did I get 2, 4. Did I get 6? Here, 66, 66, 64, 6. What? 64, 66. Here, you sold 164, Chris 10. A gank cow right there, 130, out of 130, to get 2 and a half, out of 132 and a half, 132 and a half, 2 and a half, 130, to get 2 and a half, 32 and a half, and 30, to get 2 and a half, to get 3, to get 34, to get 35, 3600, and 36, 35, 36, 7, and 37, yeah, out here, 37, 8, 38, 39, 39, 39, and 38, 9, 38, 9, 38, 9, calf got her 38, nothing. Yep.
Cab straight.
8 years old, she's 5 months bred, $2,000, and 2,000, and 2,000, to get that 2, to get that 2, to get that 2, and $2,000 here too, to get that 2, to get 2,100 here, and 2,100, to get 2,100, to get 2,100, and 2,100, to get that 100, to get that 21, 21, 21, Chris, 2,000, number 5.
Press 5.
8 by 6. You like her? She's a nice cow. 2,000 and $2,000, 2,100 and 21 and 21 3 to get 3 to get 5 to get 25 600 to get 25 2600 and 25 2600 to get 25 2600 and 25 2600 here, Chris 2,500 5 1 5 6. Yeah, where you guys buying old cows? I thought y'all was giving something for them. She got a big belly. She's open. You think she is? She's been checked. Most probably. I guess we can visit about her. $1.25, 125, 125, 127, 125, 7, 125, 7, 125, 7, and get 7, and get 7, at 125, 2600, and get 25, 26, 26, 26, 25, 26, 125, Booker, nothing. 130, 132, 138, to get 2, to get 4, to 6 here, 8, 38, 40, 142, 44, 46, 48, 50, 150, $1.52, to get 4, 54, 52, 54, 54, 6, and 56, $8, 58, $60, 60 a pound, $1.58, 62, at 124, to get 4, 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 and for Chris, 162.10. Must be yours. She yours, Anton? Oh, okay. $1.50, $1.50, 2, to get 4, to get 6, to get 8, to get 60, to get 2, to get 4, to get 4, to get 4, and 464, 5, to get 5, 6, 7, to get 8, to get $8, $8, and 970, 171, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, and 71, 72, 71, 2, to get 2, book 171, book. Mr. G, how are you, guy? Doing excellent. A yearling right there now, to get $2.10, 220, and 220, to get 30, to get 30, 40, to get 40, to get 240, to get 50, to get 50, 60, to get 70, and 270, to get 270 a pound, to get 260, and now 70, and 70, to get 70, so 260 S11X. 8 years old, 7 months bred. A brindle with a white. How about a longhorn with a brindle? Short tail? Okay. 8 by 7. 1,500, 1,500, and 15, and 1,500, to get 15 and a half, to get 15 and a half, 1,600 and a half, to get 1,700 and a half, and I have 1,800 and a half, to get 1,900, and 19, 18 and a half, 19, 18 and a half, 19, Greg out, 19, 8 and a half, to get 19, sold 18 and a half, put them on S7. Just teasing. What? She does, doesn't she? 3? 3-year-old. $2. $2 here, 2, and 2. To get that $2 here, 2 there. To get 2, to get 2, to get 2, to get $2 now, $2 bill now, 20, 120, 120, 120, 120, 40, 140, 50, 150, 60, 70, 170, 80, 190, 190, 190, 180, 190, and 180, 190, 180, 190, 180, 190, sold 180, S11X. Nice cow here, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, to get 50, to get 50, to get 50, to get $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, to get 50, to get 50, $1.50, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, 3, and 3, 4, to get 54, to get 55, to get 56, and 55, $6, to get $6, to book 155 book. Calf sick? Calf sick?
No, not my Charlies. All the cares about the kids this year. They got one sick on the doctor 2 or 3 times. Everything else.
4-year-old? 150, 150, to get 50, to get 2 and a half, to get 2 and a half, 5, 55, 7 and a half, 60, to get 62 and a half, 5, and 5, to get 7 and a half, 70, to get 70, to get 70, to get 70, at 170, 170, 170. Chris got her 167 and a half, 22, 8X. got thick. We had calves thick. Second. 9 years old. She's 5 months bred. Number 5. Here we go. $2,000. 2,000. Enter to get 2,100. Enter to get 22. Enter to get 22. And 21, 22, 21, 22, 22, 3. And 2,300, 2,400, 2,400, 23, 4. And 23, 2,400. Enter to get 4. Chris. 2,300. Number 5.
Cool mornings, hot evenings.
$35, 135, get 7.5, get 7.5, get 7.5, 37 to 40, 40, 40, get 42.5, and $5.47.5, get 50, get 52.5, get 2.5, get 5, 7.5, 60, 162.5, get 2.5, get 2.5, 160, get 2.5, and 2.5 here, Chris 5, 160, 10, Chris 10. Two loads of them. Here's a pretty nice cow. She's what, 3 by 5? 3 by 5. 3,000, 3,000, 3,100, and 3,100, and 31, 3,100, to get 3,100, to get 3,100, to get 3,100, and 31, 32, to get 32, 33, to get 34, to get 34, to get 34, to get 5, and 3,500, to get 34 to 5, to get 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 5, George, 3,400. Jason? Huh? Jason Cow.
Jason Cow.
Don't let this guy get away. That might be Paula Cow. Huh? You did like her? $1.20, $120, 2.5, at a 128, to get 2.5, at a 128, to get 2.5, 120, 120, 120, at a 128, to get 122.5, 2.5, 2.5 up here, 2.5 there, 2.5, at a 122.5 here, Chris, 120, number 13, 14. Ain't got a number right close. Ain't even got close to a number right. Yeah, right. I'm still trying to think of that guy out there at Amarillo. Yeah. Say again. 6 before now. 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. To get a 15, to get a 15, to get a 1,500, to get a 1,500, 1,500 here. $1,000 here. 1,000. Who'll get 1,000 now? 1,100 now. 12 and 1,200. 11 at 12 now. 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, and $1,600. Chris did 17. Found anybody else, Paula? He quit me. He come back to you. 17. Chris 1,600. 5.
Chris 5.
Happens on Mondays too, don't it?
Huh?
Happens on Mondays too, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I did watch quite a bit of it. No, I missed that part. I guess I got in late. They had Trump on the interview from 20 years ago or something. Really? What's his name? 8-year-old, 125, 125, 125, everything has 7.5, everything has 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 125, 127.5, 125, 7.5, everything is 7.5, 730, out of 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, everything is 127.5, put on S number 3.
That's 3.
Did he tell you the cow market got a lot higher because of him? I bet he didn't. Talk to me, Anton.
It's 10 by 3 and I don't know. Guess Bruce here gets male.
Old cows 3 to 5 months bred.
5 months. 2 to 5.
2 to 5 months. 2 to 5 months here now. $2,000 at 2,000 at 2. You're going to get 2,000. You're going to get 2,100 at 2,100. You're going to get 2,000. You're going to get 2,100. You're going to get 2,100. You're going to have a baby guy 2,100 at 2,100. You're going to get 2,100. You're going to get 2,100. You're going to get 2,100. Chris, $2,000. Put him on number 5. 16X. Got you. Bull kind right there. 135, 135, 135, 7.5, I get 7.5, 40, 142 and a half, 5, 45, 47 and a half, 50, and 2.5, I get 5, I get 55, I get 5, 55, I get 7.5, I get 7.5, 60, 160, I get 60, I get 57 and a half, 60, and 2.5, and 2.5, I get 2.5, 5, and 5, I get 2.5, I get 5, 7.5, I get 67 and a half, 70, and 170, I get 70, I get 70, I get 70, 70 whole, 167 and a half, number 7. Both of them are 7 months along with the calf. Both of them are 7 months. They're older cows. Okay. One old cow's bag's pretty good. We'll get $2,000 for both of them. $2,000 piece. 2,000 and 2,100 and 2,100, 2,100 and 2,100. To get down 2,100. To get down 2,000. To get down 2,100 and 2,100. 21,200 and 2,200. 2,250. To get 23. To get 2,350 at 2,350. To get 2,350 at 2,350. To get 50. Chris 2,300. Number 16. What they bring? 3 to 5 what? Old cows. Macklemore cows. Older cows. All pregnant. Right. $2,000. 2,000. 2,000 and 2,000. You're taking that 2. You're taking that 2. You're taking that 2 and $2,000 here 2 there. But get 2. 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 But get 17 and a half. 1,800. 1,800. 1,800. 1,800. 17 and a half. You're to give 1,800. 1,800 looks like a no-brainer to me. 1,800 guys. 18. 18. You're to get 17 and a half. You're to give 1,800. 18. Chris 17 and a half. Put on number 5. Gary Ludwig cows. Older and bred. Older than the last ones. 2 to 5.
8 to 10 year olds. 2 to 5.
What's $1.40 times what the Okay, here we go. We're going to get 17 and a half, 1,800. At 1,800, you're to get 18. You're to get 17 and a half, 18. Out the gate, 18, 1,800. 1,800, you're to get 17 and a half. You're to get 18. You're to get 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 19, 1,900, 18 and a half, 1,900, 18 and a half. You're going 1,900. You're to get 18 and a half. You're going 1,900, 18 and a half. You're to get 19. You're to get 19. You're to get 19. Chris, 18 and a half. Put on number 16X. Gary Ludwig. Say again. These are fat cows.
One's bred, one's open, both go.
One's red, one's open, they both go. One's red, one's open, they both go. 140, 140 bucks, here to get 40, and 40, here to get 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 2, and 142, 3, to 4, here to get 45, here to get 600, here to get 7, here to get 8, and 49, $50, 51, here to get 52, here to get 2, 3, and 3, 4, here to get 5, here to get 600, here to get 7, here to get 57, and 6, 7, 56, 7, Chris, 156, 10. Five-year-old cows. He's telling a heck of a story down here. 5-year-old cows right here. 150 and 150 and 150. You're to get 50. You're to get 50. You're to get 2.5. To get 2.5. 5. To get 55. 7.5. 60 and 2.5. To get 5. To get 7.5. And now 70. Now 2.5. To get 5 and 7.5. To get 77.5. At 175. 177.5 and a half. 7.5. 7.5. Sold 175. S21. Goodbye. I won't ever hear that on Tuesday. Kill cows right there, $1.50, $1.50, $1.52, you're to get $2, you're to get 3, you're to get 3, you're to get 3, you're to get 52, 53, 4, you're to get 4, 5, and $6, you're 7, you're to get 8, $58, 57, 8, 9, 59, you're to get 9, 60, $1.61, and $1 down 1, who get 1, you're to get 160, $1, 161, everybody, Chris 10, 160. What do you got, Paula? Nothing.
Yeah, same deal, Paula.
Pregnant. Open cows, 140 out of 135, 135 out of 135, 7.5, 40, 142 and a half, 5, out of 7.5, 52 and a half, 55, and 52 and a half, out of 55, out of 157 and a half, out of 60, and 60, out of 60 up high, and 60, out of 60 up high, out of 60, now 2.5, and 2.5, 5, 165, out of 2.5, out of 5, out of 5, out of 5, out of 5, and 2.5, out of 5, out of 5, Chris, 162 and a half, 15. Okay. Time out. Was there any mail for the last draft?
Jared County.
Huh?
All in and all go, boys. Came out. The smell's a little too strong.
Okay, Coy, we'll do whatever you say. 10 cents a pound.
Close out back. 60, 98,
10,
91.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. 75 cents a pound. S, 70 bucks. One. Get them out, he said. You ain't never smelt anything like that, have you, Antonio? You never smelt anything like that, have you?
Not very many things.
Oh, easy. Go out there next night.
I remember one time when he got that Holstein right here, he made me throw out. Bad.
Made you throw up?
Bad.
Holsteins make me throw up. They don't even have to be smell bad.
I got half what I used to have. Then last year, Greg. I split draft. It would be 30 of these. 31 altogether.
Ain't that a pretty good price? 70?
Yeah, I'll take that. Wait, there's good cow. Gotta get the split draft now. It's 31 of them. All gonna go, man. Spinning hard. Be a lame or two. We got several. 10. 10 away.
These cows, tell me again, George. They're old,
They're all old.
crippled,
Hard. There'll be some cripples.
some cripples.
All gonna go.
George just threw them all together and said sell them.
You bet. That's how we roll. That's how
Yep.
If they're bred, I'm gonna keep them. I said, I'd sell them.
Well, you can tell the cattle market's been pretty good the last couple of years. They don't want to sell anything that's going to have a calf. Don't blame them. Don't blame them. They don't owe that man nothing.
These calves ain't near as big as they normally are. I said, yeah, 'cause the cows are old and they can't live like they used to. What do you expect?
Well, that's the way George does it. He always has the best ones for the sale bunch. I don't know about that 6113 though.
Gonna be there.
They're all going to go right there now. $1.20, $120 now, 2.5 at a 120, to get now 2.5 at a 120, to get 120, 120, 120, 120, 122.5 at a 122.5 at a 122.5 to get 2.5. Here we go, guys. 122.5 at a 120, to get 2.5 to get 2.5 at a 120, to get 2.5 and 2.5 here. Chris, 120, number 13X.
Chris 13X.
$1,200 pretty good price for an old cat. What you got, baby?
This is for one that's just right.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I might.
Should be starting on Tim Eaton, I think.
Tim Eaton's.
Yeah, cows come over to Tuttle, Dad. There's about 60 of them altogether.
Tim Eaton over at Tuttle, Oklahoma now. Tim Eaton over at Tuttle. He has nice calves when he ships here every fall. 3 and 4 years old, 3 months bred. Just perfect little old cows coming up with their second calf, looks like. Good reps, $2,000 and 2,100 and 21. There to get down 21. There to get down 1,100. There to get down 2. There to get down 22. There to get 21, 2,200 and 21 and 2. There to get 2. There to get 2. There to get 21, 2, 22, 23 and 23, 24. There to get 25 and 2,600 and 2,600. There to get 25, 2,600 and 25. There to get 6, 7 and 27, 28. There to get 2,800, 9 and 29, 3. There to get 3,000. There to get 3 and 3. There to get 3. There to get 3. There to get 3 and 3. There to get $3,000 here to reconsider and $3,000 here. So 2,900, Chris 3.
Chris 3.
2 there, 5 by 5 right there.
6 by 2 and a 5 by 5.
How about the other Charlotte? 6 by 2.
Male and female.
5 by 3. 5 and 6, 2 to 5.
5 and 6, 2 to 5 years old. This still Tim.
5 and 6 years old, 2 to 5 months.
Young cows.
You bet.
Young cows right there. At 22.5, at 22.5, if I get 2.5, if I get 22.5, if I get 3, at 2,300, if I get 22.5, 2,300, at 22.5, 2,300, or Brad 3, 4, at 24, at 2,500, and 25, now 600, at 2,700, and 2,700, or I get your man George 27, sir, and 27, sir, 27, and I get 7, and I get 7, and I get 7, and 2,700 here, Chris 2,600, 3. Middle-aged cows, 5 to 7 years old, 2 to 5 months bred. Still Tim? Still Tim, $2,000 and 2,000. To get that 2 and 2,000. To get that 2. To get that 2. To get 21 and 2,100 2. To get 21, 22, 21, 2,200 are all bred at $2,200 here. 21 and 22. Little 4-weight calf costs at 2,300, 2,400, 2,500, 2,500, 24, 25, 24, 25, 24, 2,500. To get 5 here, 5. So 2,400. That's Bernhardt. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Bernhardt. I think we sell a lot of calves for you. Appreciate you being here.
What's a Bernhardt?
What do you see there?
5, 5.
Still Tim? 5 to 6 years old, 4 or 5 months bred. So, 2200, and 22, to get 22, 222, to get 22, 22, 2300, to get 2300, and 22 and 2300, to get 22 and 3 and 4, and 2400, to get 2500, to get 2500, and 2600, and 2600, to get 25, 2600, and 25, to get 600 here, 600 Bernhardt, 2500, Mr. Bernhardt.
The Bernhardt, same way.
One of them looks real high. What you got, Antonio?
10-year-old, 4 and maybe 5 months.
All right, there's ones that know how.
10 by 4 and 5.
10 years old. Old cows, 4 and 5 months.
Get you one more out of it, maybe.
2 to 4 months. They're all pregnant. There's your wheat pasture deal right there, Chris. Maybe they'll grow some teeth. What'd he say?
Need an implant.
Yeah. Full dental. 1500, 1600, and 16, to get 17, to get 1700, to get now 17, 18, 18, 18, 18, to give 18, to give 1800, and 17, 1800, 1750, and 1750, to get 50, to get 50, to get 1750, and 1750 a cow, 1750, 18, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. I hate to interrupt you two guys. 1850, 1850, 1850. Chris, 1800. 17.
Chris, 17.
Who you work on? Tim? Tim Eaton? Who you got, George? Eaton? Tim Eaton?
9 and 10-year-old cow.
9 and 10-year-old cows. 4 to 6. 4 to 6 months bred.
And nice deal right there now.
More Tim Eaton's good cows down there in Tuttle, Oklahoma.
8-year-old cow in there, 8 to 10.
8 to 10 years old. 2000 and 2100 and 2000 to get at 2 to get at 21 and 2100 to get at 2100 to get at 2100 to get at 2100 and 21 21 21 21. I'm gone, boy. I 1 tap 1 and a half 2 and 22 and a half to get 2 and a half 3 to get 23 to get 22 and a half 3 and 22 and a half 2300 and 22 and a half 2300 and 22 and a half $2,300 and 3 to get 3 Chris 22 and a half 5.
That Chris, 5.
Nice cows. You talked to Tim lately?
No, it's been a minute. That Alvin up there? That Alvin Hawkins?
Where? Alvin. Oh, but darn. How in the world are you? Thank you, George.
2 to 5. Old cow, Bill, ain't 1 or 2 old. There you go.
Say again there.
Wham. Old cows and bread.
Old cows and bread, we're going to weigh them to you right there. $1.20, $1.25, $1.25. All the guys that go, all go. 122 and a half, 122 and a half, 125, 7 and a half, 30, out of 132, to 135, out of 137, 139, there to get 30 and 40, and 40, there to get 41, there to get 42, there to get 41, 2, 3, and 44, 5, there to get 600, there to get 45, there to get 600 here, 6, that'd be calf, 145, 5, 5, 5, 5, 51.
Yeah, 51.
Wake up.
Still Tim. Empty cows right there. 135, 135, 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 135, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 135, 37 of 8, and 38, $38, $38, 37 of 8, $38, 9, and 39, 40, 141, 41, 2, 42, 43, and 44, 45, $6, 7, and 48, 9, 50, and 151, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 55, 55, 155, and 5, so 154, put them on book 11, is that right? 11. Y'all take advantage of these dollar bids. Now, that don't happen very often on Monday around here that I can see. You're welcome. Tell someone that don't know what's going on. What do you got here, Paula? Still Tim? There's a 4-year-old. just one 4-year-old? 4 to 5. Dump them outside. Won't they bring more, guys? Yeah, you let them outside. Redo it.
Okay, let these outside.
The 4s and 5s won't rerun together, and the rest of them together. George left when them come in. Did you notice that?
Do you want us to send them back from outside or just want to?
However,
Whatever y'all want to do.
5-year-old cripple. $140, $140, 2.5 at a 140, to get a 2.5 at a 140, to get 2.5, 42.5, 42.5, 42.5 at a 140, to get who been 2.5, to get 2.5, to get 3 and 43, 44, 5, to get 45, $6, to get 7 and 8, to get 14, 80, to get 800, to get 9, to get 9, 9, 9, to get 9, 49 and 48, 9, to get a Booker 148. Do it on number nothing. Mr. Kravonik, did you get your haircut this weekend? Handlebar mustache. There you go. Get it out there like Rick Weber. You need a rake? You got to have a rake to fix it, he said. What is that? Rick Weber. He cut it off? He cut it off? Rick Weber. What do y'all say here? Just 10-year-old? 120, $120, 2.5 out of 120, to get 2.5 out of 120, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 out of 120, 2.5, to get you bit over here, 2.5, 120, 2.5 out of 120, to get 2.5, I got 2.5, book 120, did you bid at number 11, 120, book 11. $125, $125, 7.5, 7.5, 30 out of 132, 134, 134, 6, 136, 8, 138, 40, 142, 142, 142, but a 142 out of 140, but get two here, two, book 140, put on nothing.
Hey, Ricardo.
Yeah, they fixed it. They cut it off. You know, they got really short. Right?
They're really short? Paula told him to, didn't you? I bet he went to the mirror one night. Yearling. 275.80 and 275 to give 80 to get 280 to get 275 80 to give 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 80 and 275 you don't play 280 here 275 to give 80 to give 80 to give 80 to Chris 275 7x. No faith in the future. Four years old, she's 3 months along with a calf. Got a good bag, nice little cow right there. 2,200 and 22 and 22. You're taking out 22, 22, 22, 23 and 22, 2300. You're taking 22, 2300 and 22, 23. You're 3. You're taking 22 and a half and 2250. You're taking 2253 and 23. Now 50, 23, 54 and 24, 55 and 25, 50. You're taking 586 and 26 and a half. You're taking second and a half and 26 and a half. You're taking 26 and a half. So 2600. Chris 3. 5-year-old. 5-year-old here, 130, out of 130, they're taking out 130, 130, 130, they're taking out 32, 132, but a 132, but a 132, 3, and 4, 5, they're taking 6 out of 7, they're taking 8, they're taking 38 out of 38, 9, and 9, 40, out of 41, they're taking 41, 2, 3, they're taking 4, they're taking 5, and 6 out of they're taking 45, 6, 7, 8, they're taking 8, 9, 50, at 51, they're taking 2, 3, they're taking 54, 5, and 55, they're taking 6 out of 7, and 57, and 156, 7, and 156, 7, and 7, they're taking 7, they're taking 7, so 156, Chris, 4X. After he tells me, you're going to think of it. Just like old days, ain't it, baby? Nice cow, 140, 140 bucks, 2.5, 142 and a half, and a 147 and a half, 50, 152 and a half, 5, and 5, 7 and a half, and a 157 and a half, and a 150, 60, at a 160, they're to get 8, 60, they're to get 59, 60, they're to 1, at 1, they're to get 161, 1, they're to get a 1, they're to get a 1, 1, 1, 1, Booker, 160, nothing. 160. A good steer? He is a good steer.
Let's try the market. This one is just a sample.
A sample? $250. POM. Selling Wednesday.
Okay, this is gonna be a PO. We're gonna sell him on Wednesday. Don't know who the owner is, but I can find out. Do you have your tag number? Yeah, that's all you need, 6032. Yep.
Cripple Bull, right there, 135, 135, 7.5, 42 and a half, 5, 7.5, 50, to get 2.5, 5, to get 55, to get 5, 55, to get 5, 55, 55, 55, and 7.5, and 60, 160, to get 2.5, to get 5, and 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, so 162 and a half, Cab Bull X, Bull X.
Full X. All broke.
I spent the whole weekend in Reno, Kansas
Oh, you did? Doing what?
for the funeral.
For the what? Oh, I'm sorry.
He was just down here last week, wasn't he? He was just down here.
Brother-in-law?
No, he was. The boy was just down here last week, wasn't he, with y'all?
Yeah, this was my son and my daughter a night before they got killed. Spent the night in there.
Okay, now tell me who it was. Your sister's son?
No, my daughter and my boy, they spent the night together right in the house. And then the next day they got killed up there.
150, 152 and a half, to get 2.5, 5, to get 55, to get 5, to get 5, 55, 7.5, 62 and a half, to get 2.5, 5, and 5, to get 65, and 162 and a 5, to get 5, to get 5, here, 5, 7.5, and 7.5, to get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, D, 165, Bull X.
Bull X.
Before they said they shot themselves. And now they say they might be not. Maybe somebody else did.
Okay, so who was it? Your wife's what?
Cousin.
Your wife's cousin.
It's cousin to my wife.
Your wife's cousin.
Now they say they don't get shot themselves. Somebody else did.
Somebody shot him going down the road?
Because you got shot right on the way in the head.
Yeah, he didn't shoot himself.
Upside down, something like that.
So there was 2 in the car? 2 in the car. 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 2 in the car.
7 by 5. A lot of cow there. 7-year-old, 5 months along. 2,500 and 2,500 and 25 and 2,500. You're to get 600. You're to get 25, 600, sir. You're to get 25, 600 and 25. But you get 600. You're to get 2,600. Anybody else here? 25, 26, 7 and 27, 8, 2,800, 28 and 27 and 2,800 and 2,800. You get 8. 8 to get 27 and 2,800. You're to give 8. You're to give 8. You're to give 8. So 2,700. Chris 3. Yep, 130. 130 out of 132. You're to get that $2. 132. You're to get that $2. You're to get that 2. You're to get 2. You're to get 2. You're to get 2 out of 132. But to get 2. But to get 2 here 4. You're to get 35. But to get $36. 37 and 37. 136. 7. You're to get 7. Book 136. Book number 3. 11. Thank you. She bred. Five years old. She's 7 months bred. There's a big old cow right there. 2,500 and 2,500 and 2,500 and 2,600. You're to get 25, 2,600 and 2,600. 5 by 7, 2,600. You bid, sir, 7 and 27, 8 and 2,800, 2,800, 27 and 28, 27 and 28 and 27 and 28. You're to give 800. Chris, 2,700. 3. 125, 125, 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 125, 125, 125, 125, 125, very good, 5, very good, 5, very good, 10, 12, 110, 12, 110, 12, yeah, and 14, 16, very good, 18, 20, very good, 120, and 118, 20, 118, 20, 120, 120, sold 118, put them on S3. You want them right now? Which way they gonna come? Okay. Didn't hear you. Didn't hear you. Wank out. Either to go 120. Out of 120, either to get that 2. 122, either to get that $2. 120, either to get $2. Either to get that 2. Either to get 2. Out of 122, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, and 2. Either to get 2 here. So 120. Put them on book. 120 book number 11. No. Timothy. 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 Good morning to you, young man. Nice cows. They've been pretty good to you the last couple of years. She crippled. $1, $2.50, $1 bill, 2.5 at 100, at 100, 2.5 at 2.5 at 105, 105, 7.5, 10, 110, 12 and a half, at 15, at 15, who'd you say, 15, 17.5, and 20, but a 122 and a half, 122 and a half, 122 and a half, at a 120, over to get to you out of here, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 here, so 120, and to be whole 5X. $1 bill, 10, at 110, at 110, 110, 15, 20, 125, 30, 130, 130, 5, at a 40, 145, 50, $1.50, $1.55, at a 60, at a $1.65, and $5, $65, $65, 2.5, 5, and 5, 7.5, at a 7.5, at a 67.5, $65, 7.5, whole, 165, number 6. Tired of it. Who's got up for talk, Chris? Or talking to Greg? Who's talking to Greg? You do too. Yep. I'll probably forget it when he buys something.
If you got any people, sell it separately. They're all crippled.
They're all crippled. They're all crippled.
They're all crippled. We'll sell her separate.
Sell her separate.
Yeah.
How many head?
12, Paula.
Good set of cows right here. 135, 135, 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 135, 35, 35, 135, 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, out of 130, 30, 32, 132, but 132, but 132, 3, and 33, 34, 5, and 35, at 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, at 135, 35, book 134, book nothing.
See if they can get her in here. She went to getting on the fight.
There she is right there now, $1.10, 110, 15, 110, there to get 15, there to get 15, 20, 120, 120, 120, 120, and 5, 125, 30, 130, 130, 130, 127 half. How about that? 27 half, or 127 half, 125, there to get 7 half, 7 half, 7 half. Chris, 125, 15, 14, 12. Seven before. Look at there. 7, 8-year-old cows, good cows right there now. 2100 and 21 and 21. Either to get 2100, either to get 21 tie 2 and 21 2. Either to get 21 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 21 and a half, 21 and a half, and 21 and a half. They're good age cows, guys. They're all bred. 21 and a half and 21 and a half, and 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 21 and a half, and a half here, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Chris, 2100, put on number 5. Nice little red cows. Nice cows. 5 and 6 months. 8 to 10-year-old cows, 5 to 6 months bred, guys. The calf just right for you guys. Early spring. 22 and a half, 3, and 22 and a 3, and 22 and a half, 2300, either to get 4, and 24, either to get 2400, either to get 23, 2400, and 23, 2400, either to get 23, 24, and 23, 23 and a half. Anybody else here? 23 and a half, and 2350, and 2350, either to get 50, either to get 2350, and 2350, either to get 50, either to get 50. Did you hear? 50 and 50. So 23, Chris, put them on number 5. Goodbye, youngin'. cows. 5 and 6 months, guys. There's you guys' little wheat pasture project right there. 2000 and 2002. You're going to 2000. You're going to 2. You're going to 2051 and 2100. You're going to 2100. You're going to 1. You're going to 102 and 21 2, 21 2, 22, 21 2, 22 and 21 2200. You're going to 21 2200 and 21 2200. You're going to 22 52 52 and 2. What'd you say? 22. You're going to 2. You're going to 2. You're going to 2. Chris at 2100. Number 5. Closer. 3 to 4 months. 9 and 10 years old, 3 and 4 months bred, guys. They're all pregnant. Pretty good set of black cows. Pretty good set of black cows. When you see these calves bringing 2,500 for a little bitty calf. How about 2,100 here? 21 and 21 and 21. You're going to 100. You're going to 2 and 21 2. You're going to 21 2. You're going to 21 22 21 22 21 22 and 21 and a half. I'll do that. 21 and a half. 21 and a half and 21 and a half. And 1 and a half. 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 1 and a half and 21 and a half here. Number Chris 2100. Number 3 5. Number 5. Here's the deal that George sorted once. No, you're the cow sorter today. You did it. 4 to 5 year olds off that. Eating cows? Tim Eaton's cows, guys. Tim Eaton's 4 to 5 years old. 150, 155, better get 155, better get all going now. 155, better get 60, better get 5, better get 70, better get 5, better get 80, better get 180, 180, 180, at a 175, 80, 175, 80, 180, 180, 180, 180. Chris, 175, put him on number 3X. There's the older cows off of 125, 125, 125, better get a 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, at a 125, 5, 7 and a half, at a 127, 8, to get 9, to get 30, to get 31, to get 32, 33, and 33, 34, 35, 35, 607, to get 8, to get 39, to get 40, and 41, to get 42, to get 3, to get 4, to get 5, to get 6, and 7, to get 8, to get 49, to get 50, to get 50, $1.50 a pound, $1.49 now. 50 Booker got them 149, number 11. That bread? 135, 135, 135, better get 35, 35, 35, 35, 135, better get 5 good cows here, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, out of 135, 37 of 8 here, yeah, 38, 39, 39, 39, 38, 9, 40, and $40.41, there to get 41, there to get 41, there to get 41, and 41, there to get 1, there to get sold, 140, S3. Good set of big framed open cows. Open cows, feeding cows right there now. At a 130, out of 130, it'll get 2, out of 132, it'll get $2. You bet up here, 2, here, 130, 130, 132, and 2, it'll get 2, it'll get 2, it'll get 2, it'll get 2, out of 132, 32, you out up here, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, and 2 here, book 130, book 130, 11. You're so good at that job. I'll probably get you a job. What'd you say, Antonio?
Big cows, three times, big cows.
Fleshy cows, right there now. They're at 140, 140. They're to get at 2.5, 142 and a half. They're to get 2.5, 42 and a half, 47 and a half. They're to get 47 and a half, and 45. They're to get do what? 47 and a half, 45, 47 and a half. Now 50, $1.52, $1.54, $1.56 here, $1.54, 6, 54, 56, and 54. You're to get $6. You're to get 54, 6 here. You're to Chris 154. Put on 10.
Chris 10.
Little cows right here now. They're to get 125, 125, 125. They're to get a 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 125. They're to get what you say?
No. It's old tags. Old tags.
Old tags, 125, 125, 125, 125. That might have been bred when they're younger. 125, 125 here, 125, 10, 110, 110, 110, 12, 112, 112, 114, 116, 116, 18, 18, 118, 116, 18, 18, 18, 18, whole 116, 5X.
The whole 5.
I'll go, you put that on there. Good cows here, 140, 140 bucks, 2.5, 142 and a half, 2.5, 45, 47 and a half, 50, 152 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 60, 2 and a half, 5, 165, 162 and a half, 5 here, 5 there, 5, 162 and a half, 5, Chris, 162 and a half, 10.
Chris 10.
You done with Christopher, man?
No, I got one more.
He's a pretty good customer. You'll like it.
Gotta stop what he's doing. Take care of his cow. Got everybody de-tagging and tagging over.
Surely not. 135, 135, very good, 35, 35, 35, 7 half, very good, 7 half, 7 half, 7 half, 7 half, 40, 140, 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, and 47 and a half, 50, $1.50, $1.47 and a half, 52, $1.52, 52, here, 2 there, 52, 52, Cadmus got them 150, put them on number 5, straight.
Calf straight.
They've had a good home. They've had to get home here. 135, 135, 7 and a half, at a 135, 37 and a half, at a 7 and a half, 37 and 40, at a 42 and a half, 5, and 47 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, at a 5, at a 5, 7 and a half, at a 60, 162 and a half, at a 5, and 5, at a 5, 3, 4, 4, 5, at a 5, 6, 66, 7, and 8, at a 8, 9, at a 9, 9, 69, 70, and 170. We together, George, 170, 169, now 70, at a 70. Chris got it 169.10.
The Chris 10.
Plain cow.
Three-legged. She bred. Three-legged right here. 125, 125, 125. Better get a 125, 25, 25, 25. Either to get a 5, or to get 5, 125, 25, 7 and a half, and 30, 130, 130, 130, 130 here. Over now 131, 132, and 33. Either to get 33, either to get 32, 33, 32 and 3, and 32, 33. D, 132, D1.
The D1.
135, 135, better get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 135, 135, high 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, at a 135, 7 and a half here, 7 and a half up here, and 36, 135, 36, 7, 137, 8, 39, 40, 40, 40, 40, at a 139, you'll get 40, at a 139, how about 40, 139, you'll get 40, you're to get 40, you're to get 40, Anton, 139.
Antonio.
Where'd Ricardo go?
How you over here? Hi, Bob.
race tomorrow.
Let me get a one now, Bobby.
135, 135, 135, everything at 35, 35, 35, 7 and a half, everything at 7 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 40, 140, 140, 140, 140, at 137 and a half, 40, 40, 40, 40, book 137 and a half, 9. No, straight.
I can feel you shaking the bench.
125, 125, 125, everything at 25, 7 and a half, everything at 30, at 132, 134, 136, 138, 40, $40, $38, 42, 142, 142, 142, 142, at 142, there's a book 140, book or nothing.
That booker's straight.
Ask Billy. He's calling. See here? See at the store? This store's hit this store. Cripple cow. She bred. She got a long toe. She's a pretty nice little cow. She'll stumble out there somewhere and raise a good big calf. $35, 135, 7 and a half, at 135, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, at 35, 37 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half outside, 7 and a half out of here, and 7 and a half, 40, 142, 142, 142, 24, and 44, everybody get 45, everybody get 45, 44, 5, and 45, everybody get 5, everybody get 5, and tone 144. Prager. See if you want a Prager.
They got a red eye. Hey, 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 hey. Woo! Hey, both eyes, little blue.
$1 a pound, $1 a pound, $1 a pound, $1. You're gonna get one. You're gonna get $1, $1, $1, $1. You're gonna get $1. You're gonna get 110, 110, 110, 12, 15. You're gonna get 20, 125. You're gonna get 25, 5, 125, 30. Out of 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 125, 30, 125, 30. Out of 125, 30. You're gonna get 30. You're gonna get 30. You're gonna get 30. S 125. S 13.
An S13.
Broke the lead. Broke the gate. Commission ain't near high enough on a bull. Let him go. He needs to go on out. He needs to go on out.
Once we get this one in, we're gonna need him out, they said. Okay, we're gonna try to get him on this side. Okay. We haven't shut their gate. Shut your gate, and they're gonna try to get him on this side. Never mind, he jumped the fence again.
He's out on interstate now.
So you want us to go our way? We're gonna go back your way. We're gonna let him sit for a second. Okay, we're gonna go back this way. We're gonna let him settle in.
I got a plan here in a second. Let me get a second.
Got a what?
That steer, the yellow steer y'all sold earlier, he's in there with him. I'm gonna bring them both in here on this from this side. You gotta wait on him. And then we'll try to
And
get
who?
that bull.
Jason bought that? Who bought that?
I don't know.
I PO'd him.
Oh, you only two.
red ballie or black, yellow ballie? 9 by 2. 9 by 2. Be fine.
Okay, Bob, after this,
9 by 2, $2,000, and 2,000, you're gonna get 2, you're gonna get 2, and 2,000, you're gonna get 2, you're gonna get 2, you're gonna get 2,100, and 2,100, you're gonna get 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 21, you're gonna get 2, and 2,200, you're gonna get 2,300, 2,400, 2,400, and 23 and 24, you're gonna get 4, you're gonna get 4, and 4, Ricardo, 120, $2,300. Didn't you say?
we were gonna go this way.
We're gonna get two
Okay,
out,
we're gonna
Bobby.
wait, we got some in the ring, so.
Two out, Bobby.
Let them all out. I know. All of them, Anton.
No, all of them.
All of them.
Okay, I'm ready when y'all.
Watch it, Bobby.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Be careful, Bobby.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
What I figure?
I like to get out by
11:30. What's 11:30? That's what he weighs.
That's what the steer weighs, so whatever these weigh together, I'm gonna take 11:30.
Here's a bad bull. $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, you're gonna have 50, you're gonna have 50, you're gonna get 50, $1.50, you're gonna get 50, you're gonna get 50, you're gonna get 52 and a half, 5, and 55, and I get 7 and a half, and I get 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 5, and I get 7 and a half, and I get 70, and 2 and a half, and a 172 and a half, you're gonna get 5, 175, 7 and a half, and a 177 of 80, 182 and a half, and a 182 and a half, and a 182 and a half, 182, 50, you're gonna get 2 and a half here, cap, bull, 180, cap, bull. One by 6. Yearling by 6 months right here. 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, and 1,500, 1,600, and 1,600, and $1,600 here. 16, to get 17, to get 17, 18, 18, to give 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 1,900, 1,900, to get 19. Showtime, 1,850 straight. Showtime straight.
There's showtime in the ring.
Looks like my cow.
bad news, man.
Who
Like
was
his
it?
tongue, he hit his tongue when he jumped over.
I don't remember. He same guy had that yellow steer.
Hey, I got.
It is.
Same with that yellow steer. And the horn,
Oh, okay.
wild horn cow.
Maybe he overheard. I don't
That yellow steer didn't act bad in here. You think I was wrong about me on him?
No, he don't act bad out there, but he with that bull, so I,
Okay, all right, thank you.
Well, we got to be wild to live with him.
we gonna sell him tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like those cows.
Nothing on her. Open cow right here at 120, 120, you're to get 2 and a half, at a 122 and a half, at a 125, 25, 25, 25, 125, at 7 and a half, at a get 30, 132 and a half, 5, at a 137 and a half, 40, and 40, 137 and a half, you'll get 40. How about 40? You're to get 40, you're to get 40, you're to get 40, so 137 and a half, at a 113, Chris. 135, 135, and again 7 and a half, and again 7 and a half, 40, and again 42 and a half, 5, and again 45, 45, 42 and a half, 7 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, and again 5, and 5, 7 and a half, and again 60, $1.60, and again $1.57 and a half, 60, and again 60, so 57 and a half, put them on, Booker 21, S21, S21.
That's 2-1.
Just cow. 135, 135, I get a 7 to 40, 142 and a half, I get 205, 45, 45, 45, 45, and 7 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, I get 2 and a half, 5, I get 55, I get 7 and a half, 60, $1.60, 2 and a half, I get 2 and a half, 160, 2 and a half, I get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, book 160, put them a number straight. Say again. 5 years old, 5 months pregnant. What you see is what you get. She is gentle. $1 a pound. $1 a pound. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. 80 cents a pound. 80 cents a pound. Huh? I got shade tree. 80. 80. 70 cents to shade tree. Little bull right here, you're gonna get 150 bucks, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 60, you're gonna get 60, you're gonna get 2 and a half, you're gonna get 5, you're gonna get 5, 7 and a half, 70, and 70, you're gonna get 70, you're gonna get 70, you're gonna get 70, and 170, 167 and a half, 70, you're gonna get 70, 70, Kabul, 167 and a half, Kabul. Where are you going to put that down? I don't want it on my place. I know. What is she? Five and open right here. You're at 140, 140 bucks, 2 and a half, 5 at 145, I get 5, I get 5, I get 5 at 145, 7 and a half, I get 7 and a half up here, 5, 5, 7 and a half at 145, 47 and a half, 50, $1.52, you're to get 4, you're to get 6, you're to get 56, $1.54, 56, 54, 56, 54, 6, $6 Chris, 154, number 13X, 3X. Looked like it to me. You want folks to go together? Yeah. 150, 150 bucks one. They're going to 2 and a half, 5. They're going to 55. They're going to 5. They're going to 5. They're going to 55. They're going to 5. They're going to 5. 7 and a half. They're going to 60. They're going to 62 and 2. They're going to 162. They're going to $2. They're going to 2. They're going to 2. They're going to Chris 160. 3X. Ten by 3 looks like 10 by 10. 10 by 3. $1,500. $1,500 on the cow. 1,500 and 15. You're going to have 15. You're going to have 15. You're going to have 1,500 and 1,500 here. Move her. 1,500. Weigh the cow here. $1 a pound. $10. $10. $10. 15. 110. 15. 110. 15. 110. 15. You're to get 15. You're to get 15. You're to get 15. So 110. Put them on calf. Nothing. How old? How old? 5 years old. She's 4 months bred. Is that right? 2500, 2500, and 25, to get out 2500, to get out 2500, to get out 2500, and 25 now 600, and 25, 2600, and 25, to get 600, to get out 600, to get 25, and 2600, to get out 2600, and 600, to get out 600, to get 600, to get 25, put on Chris 3.
Chris 3.
About done.
Got about 40 more behind the bat. How many groups you got ready? You got some odds. Hey, take 4.
6 years old, 4 months bred. $30, $30 a pound, $30, to get a 30, to get 30, to get 30, 130 a pound, 130, 132 and a half, out of 132 and a half, 5, 135, 7 and a half, 40, 142 and a half, 142 and a half, 145, to get 45, 45 a pound, and 47 and a half, to get $1.47 and a half, 147 and 50, $1.50 a pound, $1.47 and a half, 50, to get 50, to get 50, $1.50 here, Bernhardt, 147 and a half. Look like a stock cow.
2057. Wow, we cut it off. We keep turning them back out. Somebody hurt.
Please. Nine and 10 years old, 5 to 7 months bred. Older cows that are pretty heavy with calf. Well, they're heavy bred now. Pretty heavy bred right there now. 22 and a half, and 22 and a half, and 22 and a half, and to get 3 and 4, to get 23, 2400, to get 23, 2400, and 23, $2,400 here for, and 23 and 24, to get 2400, and 23 and 2400, and 2400, to get 4, to get 4, to get 4. Chris 2300, 5. Two and 3 months. 2 and 3 months, all little black cows. 2 to 4 months bred, guys. 2 to 4 now. They're to get 2,000 and 2,000. They're to get that 2 and do what now? One's got a swelling in her what? In her neck. She'll be there at 2,000 and 2,000. They're to get that 2, 2,100 and 21. They're to get that 2,100. They're to get that 2,100. They're to get that 2,100. Pretty good set of old black cows here. $2,100 and $2,100 here. 2,100 and 21. They're to get that 1. They're to get 2,100. They're to get that 1. Chris, $2,000. Put up 5.
Chris 5.
4 months. 8 to 10, 4 months. There's a good set of cows here, guys. Nice cows, 22 and a half, 22 and a half, and 22 and a half. I get 2 and a half, I get 22 and a half, I get 2 and a half, 3 and a half, and 23 and a half, 23 and a half, 23 and a half, and 23.50, or to get 50, or to get 23.50, at 23.50, or to get 50, or to get 50, at 23.50, or to get 50, or to get 50. Chris, 2,300, 5.
Chris 5.
Larry Joe's. 7 and 8 year olds, Fitzgerald cows down in Minko.
He's just throwing back some older cows, Dad. Bought him a big set of young cows.
Where'd he get them?
Montana.
He did.
3 loads of them.
What they cost?
I didn't ask.
How old were they?
All got, they got the second baby on them. They all got kids.
Two calves on them now.
But there's hot.
7 by 6 and 8 by 7.
Genetic now, they'll be bred.
This man went to Montana and bought him some new pairs, and he's going to sell some of these 7 and 8 older cows. Come down there, Fitzgerald's, guys. 2,500, 2,500, and 25, and 2,500. You're to get 25, 25, 600, and 25, 607. You're to get 28. You're to get 2,800, 27 and a half, and 27 of 8, and 2,800 half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 28 and a half, and 28 and a half. You're to give 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 28 and a half, and 28 and a half. You're to give 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half. Chris, 2,800, 5, 3. Some more of them, George.
Yeah.
Two to 5 months.
Yeah, 2 to 5. That'd be nice for the cows now.
They will be a nice set of keeping cows. Last quite a while.
7 to 8-year-old cows.
7 and 8-year-old cows. 2,500 and 2,500 and 25 and 25. And again, 25, 25, 25 and a half and 25 and a half. And again, 25 and a half and 25, 50. And again, 25, 50 and 25, 50. And again, 50. Be old sheeper guys. 25, 50. Anybody else? 25, 50 and 25, 56 and 2,600. Now 26 to have been. Now 7, 2,700, 2,700, 27 Yost. 26 to have been Yost. There's the open cows. Open cows. 140, 140 bucks, 2 and a half, 140, 2 and a half, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 2 and a half, 142 and a half, 140, to get 2 and a half, 3, and 43, 4, 5, 45, 6, 7, to get 8, to get 9, and 50, to get 50, to get 51, to get 51, 2, to get 52, $1.51, 2, to get 2, but to get 2 here, Chris, 151, put them on 10. Who said that?
It's been a real good year, George. I appreciate all y'all done for me. I think you've been selling some cows. I don't ever talk to you.
What store here? Open cows. 7, 8-year-old open cows here, 140, 142 and a half, 140, to get 2 and a half, 142 and a half, 42 and a half, outside 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, to get 45, 7 and a half, up high, and 47 and a half, 50, 50, to get 50, to get 52 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 5, to get 7 and a half, to get 70, and 2 and a half, and a 170, 2 and a half, and a 170, to get 2 and a half, Chris, 170, put them on number 15. Still him, Fisher. I said, was that still Fitzgerald?
Yes.
3 and 4 years old. Three to 5 years old. 3, a 4, and a 5-year-old. $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, it'll get 50, it'll get 50, it'll get 50, it'll get 50, and 2, it'll get 4, it'll get 4, 6, here, 58, it'll get 60, it'll get 2, and 4, it'll get 4, 6, 68, 68, 70, 172, 74, and 76, 78, it'll get 78, it'll get 76, 8, $1.76, $1.78, $8, it'll give 8, it'll give 8, it'll give 8, sold, 176, Chris, 3X. You say Rugen? Jim Wagner. I don't think so. 5 to 10-year-olds. Wagner cows right here, $1.35, $1.35, 7.5, and 40, and 40, 2.5, it'll get 2.5, it'll give 40, it'll get 2.5, 142 and a half, 42 and a half, 5, and 7.5, 50, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 55, and 57 and a half, it'll get 60, it'll get 60, and 1, 2.5, and 2.5, it'll 160, 2.5, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 2.5, and 2.5 here, Kyle, 160, Kyle, 2-1. I can't take credit for it. Hello, you good-looking thing, you. Yeah, that's him. Sure. Sure. 140 bucks, 2.5, 140, it'll get 2.5, 140, it'll get 2.5, out of gate, 2.5, 42 and a half, 5, and 7.5, 50, $1.52 and a half, it'll get 2.5, 152 and a 5, and 5, 155, 152 and a 5, 7.5, 60, 160, it'll get 60, it'll get 60, it'll get 60, and 60, it'll get sold, 157 and a half, S1, 6, 16. Another bull here, 150 at 150 bucks, 2.5, 150, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5, 150, 2.5, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 2.5, S, 150, put them on number 16. S. Didn't take y'all long to do your business. Take care of yourself. $1.60, 160, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 2.5, 7.5, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, it'll get 7.5, and it'll get 77 and a half, 177 of 80, and 180, it'll give 80, 78, 9, it'll get 9, 80, and 80, it'll give 80 over here, 81, and 181, 181, 181, 181, D-Bull, 180, D-Bull, X. 150 bucks, 2.5, it'll get 2.5, 150, 2.5, 5, it'll get 7.5, 60, 2.5, 5, 7.5, it'll get 70, 2.5, it'll get 75, and 75, it'll get 72 and a 5, it'll get 172 and a 5, and 72 and a 5, it'll get 5, 2 and a 5, 7, and 77, it'll get 77, D, 175, Bull X. No. May not, but I ain't got that much. I had it all. I had the county. That sounds like it. $1.50, $1.52 and a half, 5, it'll get 7.5, it'll get 60, it'll get 160, 162 and a half, it'll get 2.5, it'll get 5, it'll get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 67, 70, and 170, it'll get 70, it'll get 70, it'll get 70, and 170, it'll get 70 up here, 70 sold, 167 and a half, Cab Bull X.
afraid that November's better not go. Trevor.
Did he have a bad week, actually?
Wreck. Between him and he got off 26,000. And then he got his closeout for them wild heifers that she loved that he bought from Bill Wild ones. They lose again, 2,000. They lost 700. Wild 8-weight heifers.
Lost how much?
10,000.
10,000. What do you get for them? 170 bucks down 2.5, 172 and a half, 575, 7.5, 80, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, 187 and a half, 7.5, 86, 7, 87, 87, 88, 89, $1.88, 988, would it get down, better down, better get down D, 188, bull X.
Trevor said he lost 11. The other guy lost 20, lost 15. Debo.
Sorry.
What? Trevor said his set lost 11 and his buddy that was in some with him built a truck lost 15.
Dead?
No.
Oh.
Last week on the gives.
$1.52 and a half, $152 and a half, 557 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, 60, $1.60, $1.60, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 160, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, at 160, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, S160, S16.
What the plan was, he was going to ship some this week. He was going to send the big Holsteins some Genesis for that special sale this weekend.
He's mad at you, Roberto.
He said, I can't swallow now. Load the calves. Just feed the Holsteins for a month.
He said what?
I can't stay on the loss like this for. He said, we'll just hold them here for a week or two.
He gave too much for him. 170 bucks, 2 and a half, 172 and a half, 57 and a half, 80, 182 and a half, 82 and a half, 182 and a half, 182 and a half, 185, now 7, 187, 185, 187, 187, 185, 7, hold, 185, put them on 7.
Cold rain, they didn't look very good. Slow, stale.
I didn't think it was so well that bad compared to everything else.
I got one set bring 275 and get a little 4-weight average bring 275. Look good. Deal with that one set over tier calves, bull calves, and they bring 3 and 4. Sure you get 4 cents for it. Who knows?
150 at 150 bucks, 2 and a half, 150 now, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 60, 160, 2, 4, 4, 62, 64, and 2 and a 4, 162, 4, 4, 4, hold, 162, put them on number 6.
I can call it because it just I said, well, he needs to do a deal like that. Send them all over to Rendell. Let them straighten them out. 70 days.
You got room?
I don't know. I just need to talk to Terry. Figure out if we ever get in a wreck like that. Slow enough.
I've been over it, but it's been years and years ago. $2.10, $2.10, $2 now 10, $2 now 10, $2 now 2 now 10, $2 now 10, and 10 now 20, $2.10, 15, $15, $15, and 2.10, $15, $15, $15, $15. You quit, and 15, so 2.10, and Tom.
San Antonio.
Yes, it was bull. It's bull. There's a bull.
$1.50, 150 bucks, 2 and a half, 150, 2 and a half, 5, 155, 5, 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 60, 2 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 170, and 70, 70, sold 167 and a half, 16 on S. Where you going? That bull get you? $2 for a dwarf Angus bull. What do you say, Bob? I know it was earlier.
Fat's up 2.25, feeder's up 370.
Front them up 370. Huh?
Feeders.
Talk to Paula.
What time will this sale be?
Nice gift here, 150. I had 150 bucks, 2.5. I get 150 now, 2.5. I get 2.5. I get 5. I get 555. I get 5, 7.5, and 7.5, 60. I get 160. I get 2.5 and 5. I get 7.5. I get 60, 7.5 and 70 and 72.5 and 172. This side's out. 172.5, 172.5, 175, 172.5, 172.5 and 5. Over there, 16, 172 SC11. 72.5.
That's a S11.
I want to one of them they got sugar, the other one they don't. The one they got sugar is supposed to for me, but you can try.
What you got in?
One of them's got sugar. You
No, I don't know sugar.
No, that's it. Maybe I got it like this.
That's mine.
Okay, Ricardo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Antonio.
I like sweet coffee.
I know.
I don't want no coffee. You don't want no coffee? No
I tell you. Full bull, $1.40, $1.40, that's 2.5, 140, 2.5, 42.5, 140, 140, to get 2.5, out to gate 2.5, 42.5, 42.5, and 45, 7.5, to get 7.5, 50, $1.50, 2.5, to get 2.5, 52.5, and 57.5, to get 57.5, 60, at 160, to get 57.5, 60, and 60, to get 60, so 157.5, 16 on S. Bull capital of the world. 150, 150 bucks, 2.5, I get 2.5, 7.5, 60, 2.5, 5, I get 7.5, I get 70, 170, I get 70, 72.5, and 71, 72, 72, 71, 2, 3, 73, 4, and 74, I get 175, and 175, and 175, 174, 5, I get 5 D Bull, 174 D Bulls, 174. Two-year-olds? 3-year-olds. 2-year-old. Damn. Belong to who? Belong to Mr. Alden right here. $2, 10, $2, 10, $2, now 10, and 210, 10, 10, 10, to get that 10, 20, to get 225, to get 30, to get 235, 40, and 240, to get 45, to get 50, to get 55, now 60, to get 5, and 65, 70, now 5, to get 80, to get 280, and 285, to get 90, to get 290, 85, and 90, 285, 90, 285, 90, 285, 90, S. I mean, Chris. 7X.
Chris 7.
8-year-old cows, 3 to 5 months, 3 and 5 months now. Nice cows. 2,500, 2,500, and 2,500, and 25, and 25, and again, 25, 25, 25, 25 and a half, 25 and a half, 25 and a half, and 25, 50, and again, 5, 600, and 26 and a half, and again, 7, and again, $2,700, and 26 and a half, 7, and again, 7, and again, 7, and again, 7, and Yost at 26 and a half, Mr. Yost at 26.50. Nice cows, Ben. I miss you, Ricardo. 9 and 10 years old, 4 months bred now. 9 and 10-year-old cows, 4 months bred. They got good bags. Good bags right there now. 2,500 and 2,500 and 25. To get 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500 and 2,500. To get 25, 25, 25. Then I got 2 and a 3 and 22 and a 3 and 22 and a 3. Outside 2,300, 22 and a half 3 and 22 and a half 3 and 22 and a half 2,300. To get 23. To get 3. To get 3 and 3. Chris 22 and a half. Put on number 5. Alden. You know him? I think I have Mo Carson. I used to know some Alden years ago. 140 bucks, 2 and a half, 140 either to get 2 and a half, 142 and a half, 140 either to get 40 either to get 2 and a half, 140 at 140 either to get 42 and a half, 142 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 1 5 and 45, $6, 7 either to get 7, 8 either to get 9 and 9 either to get about 50, 1, 2, 52, 52 down here and 3 and 53 either to get 52, 3, 52, 53, 53, 3, Chris, 152, 15. $40 bucks high, 120 bucks, 2 and a half, 122 and a half, 122 and a half, 125, to get 5, you made 5 over here, 25, 7 and a half, and 30, 130, to get 30 down here, 30, 132, 132, 132, and a 132, and 2, the sides all out, 132, and a 132, to get $2 here, to Chris, 133. Chris, 3. 13. 5 to 7 months. All the bold. Okay. Pretty nice cows right here, 2,500 and 25. Better get that 2,500. You're to get that 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and $2,500. You're to get 5. Better get 5. Better get 5. Better get 5. How far along are they? 5 to 7 months, guys. 2,500 and 2,500, 2,500 and 2,500. You're to get that 22 and a half, 22 and a half. 22 and a half, 22 and a half, better get 2 and a half, better get 22 and a half, 22.50, maybe wrong, guys. Yep, bring them back 2 and 2. 7 months, 5 months.
I don't know. Hey, hey.
Seller.
What do you say? There's a 6 and 6. Why now? I don't know.
Be perfect.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Bob, we're gonna go, Ricardo, we're going your way.
Go ring him around one at a time or two at a time or something.
This one is a 10 by 4.
Same deal. 9 and 10 years old, 3 and 4 months bred. 9 and 10 years old, 3 and 4 months bred. Pretty nice little brindle cows. $2,000 and 2002. You're digging at 2,000. You're digging at 2,100 and 2,100. You're digging at 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100 and $2,100 here. One there. Everybody one 2,100 and $2,100. You're digging one. You're digging one. Chris, $2,000. 16X.
So Chris, 16X.
Hey, come on, Red. Go, Red.
Did I ever show you that thing? Did I ever show you that thing? Burns boy sent me about the trading cattle stuff. I wonder if I still have it. $1.60, $160, 2.5, 5, and that's 7.5, and I get 7.5, 7.5, 7, 70, 172.5, 72.5, 5, and 75, and I get 72.5, and 172.5, $6, and 75, 76, 75, $76, $1.75, and I get $6, Chris, I won 75, 10, X.
Chris, 10X.
Remind me, you need to read that spot. Funny. Another bull right here, 140, $140, 2.5, 140, and that 2.5, and 140, and to get 40, and to get 40, and 140, and to get 40, and that 2.5, and to get 5, and to get 47, and $50, 52, 4, and 4, and to get 52, 54, 52, 54, 54, 6, and 56, 54, 6, 54, 6, S, 154, 16.
The S16 in the ring.
These your bulls, Roy? These y'all's bulls? These your bulls? Them were your black baldy cows, right? Look at there, another bull. Who'd have thought it? 165, 165, at a 5, at a 7.5, 70, and a 2.5, 5, at a 7.5, 80, and 182 and a half, 85, and a 185, 7.5, 90, and 190, at a 90, at a 87, 90, and 190, 190, 190, 190, 190, whole, 187 and a half, 7. Pretty nice calf. Tomorrow. 160, 160. 160, 162, you're to get 2, you're to get 4, and a 6, you're to get 8, you're to get 8 here, 70, 172, 74, and 74, you're to get 72, 74, you're to get 72, 4, and 72, 74, 5, you're to get 75, you're to get 75, 600, and 75, 6, 7, you're to get 77, $1.76, 7, you're to get 7, 8, and 78, you're to get 8, you're to get 8, 9, you're to get 9, 80, and 80, you're to get 1, you're to get 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, D-Bull, 180, D-Bull, 180. Yeah, it'd be a lot of calves, a lot of drafts, all day.
The way it is right now, 4 days, we'll be here till 9 or 10 at least.
Tomorrow? Okay, she bred?
No, the bag is not too good.
7 by 5.
7 by 5, 7 by 5. Right here now today, 7 by 5. Her bag is not too good. Where? $1.35, 135, 135, I think $40, $40, now 5, now 50, now 5, now 60, now 5, and 165, I think 5, there, 5, and 165, and 5, I think 5, there, I think 5, I think 5, Chris, 160, Chris, 160, what about number 5? I can't help it. What did he say? Susie found out that bag was no good. 7 by what? 7 by 2. Pretty good cow here, guys. Here now. $2,000 and 2,000. You're to get 2,000. You're to get 2,100 and 2,100. You're to get 21,200. You're to get 22. You're to get 23 and 2,400. You're to get 2,400 and 23 and 24. 24. Did you get 4? 25. 25, 6. 2,600. 25, 2,600. 2,600. Bernhardt, 2,500. Maybe. Her test was nice, though. Another bull right here, 160, 160, and that's 2.5, I get 2.5, I get 5, I get 5, I get 5, 7.5, 70, 172.5, I get 5, 2.5, and 172.5, 5, and a 175, and a 172.5, 172.5, I get 5, I get 5, I get 5, and a D-Bull, 172.5, D-Bull X. Finally get them 2 and 2.
Finally. Hey,
Hey, Ricardo, we're gonna go that way. Sorry.
Mr. Burns cows. George and Antonio didn't like the bags on 2 of them. I didn't really pay attention to them. I'm not a bag man. 10 by 6. Why don't we kind of sell them when they come in here? When we All right. Is that the good bags, John? Or 5 and 6 months long. How old were they old? 5 and 6 months here, 22 and a half, and 22 and a half, and 22 and a half, better get 2 and a half, better get 22 and a half, 22 and a half, and 22.50, better get 22.50, better get 22 and a half, and 22 and a half here, $2,000, $2,000, 2,000, you gonna do it? And 2,000, you get 2, now 20.50, 20.50 on the cows, 20.50 on the cows, 20.50, better get 50, better get 50, better get 50, so $2,000 Ricardo. That's a better deal. Will it last later now? Cows don't have real good udders, but they're 7 months bred, I think, both of them. 5 and 7 months right here now. I ain't there to get $1.40, $1.40, there to get 40, there to get 2 and a half, 142 and a half, 42 and a half, and 45, 7 and a half, 52 and a half, there to get 52 and a half, and 7 and a half, there to get 57 and a half, 155, there to get 57 and a half, here 7 and a half, now 60, now 2 and a half, 162 and a half, 161, 161. Did you say yeah, Paula? You know, sold 160, Ricardo. That's what I started to say. I pooped them first 2 off. Sorry, I pooped them first 2 off. Wish they all had bad bags at a brought more. Bad bags bring more money, that's right. You're not a bag man either?
Some of them like bigger udders.
Some like big udders, some like small udders. What do you say? I guess Shade Tree wasn't really bidding on this. He's just waving at Paula. Right, Shade? He's just waving at Paula. 5 by 5. He'll give 75 cents a pound for her. Turn around, Antonio. I think she looks better than she did a while ago. 75 cents a pound. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 22. 24. 26. 28. 30. 32. 34. 36. 38. 40. 42. 42, So 40 S1. They knew it was coming. Nice cow, $1.50, $150, 2.5. Better get 150 now, 2.5. Better get 150, better get 50, better get 50, better get 50, at 150, better get 150. What's wrong here, guys? 150, at 150, better get 50, 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 40, 140, better get 2.5, better get 42.5, 42.5, book 40, 140, book 140.
$9 by 5.
9 years old, she's 5 months pregnant. Got a big foot. How's her bag? We don't care about that. Yeah. 9 by 5. $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, to get 50, 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 $1.50, to get 50, to get 50, to get 30, at 32.5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 7.5, 40, 2.5, 5, 7.5, to get $1.40, 50, $1.50, $1.50, 47.5, 50, $1.50, over the cabinets, $1.47.5, cabinets 5. All right, nice cow here, 150, at $150 too. You better get 150 now too. You better get 200, better get now two, better get two, out the gate two, at 152. Did you bid down here? 4, 154, 154, 6, 158, 158, 158, 160, 160. You better get 60, you better get 60, 158 now, 60. Chris, 158, Chris 5.
Chris 5.
Little cutting bull right here, 2-year-old. $1.50, $1.55, better get 55, better get 5, better get 560, better go 160, better go 155, 85, and 570, 175, better get 80, better get 5, 185, 90, 195, 95, 2, and $2 here, 2, over to 195, 2, better get 2, better get S, 195, 11's the number.
S11.
5 years old, 4 months bred, nice cow right here, 2,500 and 2,500. She got a bump. That's wire. I had a wire right here, $1.35, $1.35, $1.35, $40, $40, $40, $40, $35. Better get 40, $40, $40, $40, 42.5, 42.5, 5, that's 7.5, 50. Better get 50, better get $1.50, $1.47.5, 50. Better get 50, better get 50. Chris, 147.5, 5.
Chris 5.
$145, $145, better get 45, better get 5, better get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 50, at 152.5, better get 5, better get 5, better get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 57.5, and 55, 57.5, better get 7.5, 7.5, Chris, 155, 10.
Chris 10.
Read that, see if you read it before. Bad feet. Dollar bill. Now 2.5. 102 and a half, 102 and a half, 105, 105, 105, 107 and a half, 110, 112 and a half, I get 15, 17 and a half, dollars 17 and a half, 20, at 120, at 117 and a half, 20, 120, 120, at 120, at get 20, sold 117 and a half, put on the S1. Bye. Take care of yourself. Don't be a stranger. Six by five, right here, 150. At 150 bucks now, 2.5, 152 and a half. Better get 2.5, 152 and a half, and 2.5. Better get the opening down here, 5, 2.5. Better get 5, 7.5, 157 and a half, 157 and a half. Better get 7. I sold 155. Calf 5. 135, 40, 135, 7.5, better get 40, better get 40, better get 40, better get 2.5, better get 5, 47.5, 50, 152.5, 5, and 7.5, 157.5, 60, at 162.5, better get 2.5, at 162.50, and 2.5, better get 2.5, better get sold 160, Chris 10. You're right. She bred. Pretty good cow. Talked about him this morning. Max Katz is that guy's name. Crazy. 10 by 5. She's loose. Not bad, right there. Either to get 140 at 142 and a half, 142 and a half, 5, 145, 142 and a half, 7.5, 50, and 52 and a half, 5, at 7.5, at 60, and 2.5, 5, at 7.5, 70, at $1.70 a pound, 170, at 70, 70, sold 167 and a half, Ricardo. 150 and 150 bucks time two, to get 150 now two, to get $2, to get two, to get 2 and 152, but to get 3, to get 3, 4, to get 4, 5, to get $56 and 55, 56, 55, $56 here, 6 book, 155 book, nothing. More chickenina cows. Somewhat. 7 by 5. $2,000 and $2,000 and 2,000. You're looking at two. You're looking at two. You're looking at 275 now. $2,000 and 2,000. You're looking at two. You're looking at two. You're looking at $2,000 here too. And two. You're looking at two. You're looking at two. You're looking at weighted cow right there now. $1.40. $1.40. 2.5. 5 now. 7.5. 50 and 2.5. Looking at 5. Looking at 5. Looking at 5. 5. 155. 155. 7.5. My man. 157. $60. $60. Mr. Bernhardt. 62.5. 162.5. 162.5 here. Bernhardt. 160. Bernhardt.
Spread 10 by something. 10 by 5. Or no? Yeah, 10 by 5.
10 by 5 right here. $1.35, $1.35, 40, $1.35, 40, $1.40 a pound, $1.35, but I get 40, $1.35, but I get 40, $1.35, but I get 40, and $40, $35, a pound, $1.05, $1.05. She pregnant, $1.05, $1.10, 110, 110, Doug, 10, 15, 120, 120, 125, now 30, 130, 130, 125, 30, 125, 30, 130, book, 125, book, nothing, 11, 11. 11.
The book are 11.
That might have been one of your cows before. That's one of the Tipton's cows. It's Black Baldies.
Was it?
Come off that place that they had.
How are you, Cody? Open cow, a little 6-year-old cow though. Open, I added a 130, 130, you're taking at 30, 130, 130, 130, you're taking at 30, you're taking at 30, you're taking 30, you're taking 2.5, 5, and 37.5, $40, $42.5, 5, you're taking 7.5, and 50, $1.52.5, you're taking 52.5, $52.5, and 2.5, you're taking 2.5, here, Chris, 150, number 3X. Did you say these are for sale high? Be pretty high in here. I'll wean one tomorrow. Always is this time. 150, I had 150 bucks, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 62.5, I get 2.5, 162.5, 5, and 5, I get 62.5, I get 2.5, I get 2.5, I get 5, I get 5, I get sold 162.5. Booker, number nothing.
The book are straight.
Open little cow right there. Open cow, $1 a pound, $1.05, $1.05, $1 now 5, $1.05, $1.05, $1.05, $1.05, 10, 110, 15, now 20, 125. Better get 30 at 130, 125. Better get 30, better 30, 130, 130, 130, 5, 135, 40, 140, 145, 150, 150 a pound, 150, 150. Sold 145. Chris 4X.
Chris 4X.
Apa Here's what they are running to go. 10-year-old. 10-year-old, 135, 135, 135, better get out 35, 35, 35, 35, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 35, 37.5 here, better get 35, 40, and 42.5, 5, better get 45, 47.5, 50, $1.52.5, better get 2.5, $1.52, and 2.5, better 5, 155, better get 7.5, better get 57.5, 7.5 here, Chris, 155, 13. Ricardo. Here's Coy. One what? Shut your eyes, Keith. 20 cents a pound. 30 cents a pound. 40 cents a pound. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. Keith, you on bid? 70 cents a pound. Sold 60. S1. Heifer. 1x7. Back tag.
268, 268, 268.
Okay, that's a S1, sorry.
1x7. $2,000. $2,000. 2,000. 2,000. Did you get it? 2,100. 2,100. 22. 2,300. 2,400. 23, 24. Bernhardt, 2,300. Mr. Bernhardt. Hope he's got someone take care of him. Wow, suckers. Well, that hurt him. Huh? 2x4. Pretty little cow, guys. 2 years old. She's 4 months bred. 2,500. 2,500. 2,500. 25. And 25. And 2,500. And 2,500. 7.5. 2,600. 25. 2,600. 25. 2,600. Chris, 2,500. Number 3. She bred. She looks more bred than the rest of them to me. A short arm veterinarian. Can't reach. $1.75.80. $1.75. $1.80. $175.80. $175.80. What'd you say? 80. $80. $80. $80. And 175. 180. 180. 180. You bid here. And 180 here. Sold 175. SD11X. $130, $130 down to 132, 130, better get 2, better get 2, better get 2, 130, better get 30, better get 30, better get 30. Move your cows. 120, 122, 122, 122, 24, better get 22 and 24, 24, 5 and 25, $6, 7, better get 8, better get 29, 9, and 28, better get out Booker. 128, Booker number 11. $120, $120 too. $120, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, to get 2, to get $2, $122, at $124, to get 6, 8, to get 30, $132, to get 2, 4, to get 34, and 34, 6, 36, 8, 38, 38, 40, 140, 140, 140, at 142, 142, 4, 144, 6, 148, at 50, $1.50, to get $1.50, $1.48, 50, to get Chris, 148, 4, 15. 6-year-old right here, 137.5, 40, out of 130, 42.5, 42.5, 45, 7.5, to get 50, and 2, to get 52, 54, to get 52 and 4, and 52, 54, 52, 4 here, sold 152, and put them on Booker, nothing. 125, 125, it again at 7.5, 30, 135, it again at 7.5, 40, 140, 140, 140, 142 and a half, it again 5, and 47 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, 5, it again 7 and a half, it again 57 and a half, and 55, it again 57 and a half, it again 7, that's old 155, Chris 15. 2-year-old right here now. They're going at 2 1/4, and 2 1/4. They're going at 25, 25, 25, 225. They're going at 225, and 225. They're going at 2 1/4, 30. They're going 2 1/4. They're 30, and 230. They're going 30. They're going 30. They're going 30. So 2 1/4. Put them on S11X. Goodbye right there. Two-year-old? Two? Okay. 250, and 250, they're to get 2 1/2, they're to get 2 1/2, they're to get 250, they're to get 2 1/2, they're to get 2 1/2, 250, 2 1/2, and 250, they're to get 50, they're to get 50, they're to get 50, they're to get, what's wrong here, guys? 250, and 50, they're 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 30, 235, 40, 245, 50, 250, they're to get 50, 250, S245, 11X. 210, 210, 12 and a half, and 210, 12 and a half, better get 210 now, 12 and a half, better get 210, better get 10, better get 10, better get 10, and to about $1.10, shut up, Dale, $1.10, 12, 112, 114, better get 14, 16, 18, better get 20, 122 and a half, at a 122 and a half, at a 122 and a half, at a 122 and a half here, about 2 and a half, S 120, put on me, Chris, 120, 14. Guess I've been here long enough. Can't keep up. Four-year-old? Okay. 4-year-old right there. They're to get $1.60, $1.65. They're to get 5. They're to get 5. Jubit 5 down here. 70, 170, 75, 80, and 180, 180, 185. They're to get 5. They're to get 85, and a 185, 185, and a 185, or 185. S 180, 21. Six-year-old cow. 135, 135, better get a 35, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 35, 37.5, better get 7.5, 40, and 42.5, 45, better get 45, 7.5, 50, $1.50, better get 50, better get 50, $1.47.5, 50, and 50, better Chris, 147.5, better get 13. It's been a while. Just see this old crap we're selling at. $1.10, 110, 110, they're to get 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, they're to get a 110, 110, they're to get $1.10, they're to get 10, they're to get 10, and $10 bill. Now 2.5, 102.5, 102.5, and now 5, 107.5, 10. And Tone, 107.5. Y'all can't stand it, can you? How old? 6-year-old, nice cow here, $1.40, $1.40, and that's 2.5, 142.5, 42.5, 42.5, and 5, better get 7.5, 50, 2.5, better get 52.5 over here, and 52.50, $52.50, better get 250 cab, $1.50 cab, number 3. 120, 120, 120 bucks, 2.5, at a 120, to get 20, to get 20, 120, to get 20 pounds, to get 20, 120, 120, 120, 120, to get 20, to get 20, and 120, to get 20, 10, and 110, to get 10, to get $1 pound, $5. $5, $5, $10, 110, 105, 10, 15, 115, S, 110, 1.
That's one.
What you like? Huh? 5 years old, she's 3 months along.
Little cow cow.
5'3". Is her bag any good?
Ain't bad.
She's got hair on it. 5'3", right here. Who'll give $1,000? 10 to 50, 10 50. Down 1,100. Now 11 and a half, 12, 12 and a half, 13, 13 and a half, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, $1,450. 1450, Ben. 1450. Ricardo, 1,400.
That's her mother.
It's her mother. She bred. 10-4. $1,000. And $1,000 bill, 10. And 10, they're going to have 10 before. They're going to get 1,000. They're going to have 1,000. They're going to get 1,000. And 1,000. They're going to get 1,000. Where? They're going to get $1.20, $1.20, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $25, $25, $1.
Chris.
$10, 15, 20, 25, 25. So $1.20, probably S1. Yeah, Heather, Ethan. They got, where's they got cows here? Did you ask them? Obviously got cows here. $1.20, $1.20. They're going to have 20. They're going to get 2.5. Out of 120, 2.5. They're going to get 30. They're going to get 135. They're going to get 40. They're going to get 45. They're going to get 50. They're going to get 50 and 55. They're going to get $1.55, $1.55, $1.55 and 5. They're going to get 5. Out of my book, 150 book, $1.50, number 11.
Booker 11.
You did? Say again. 5-year-old. $1.50, $1.50, $1.50. Now 2.5. Better get 2.5. $1.50, 2.5. Better get 5 and 5. Better get 7.5. 60. Better get 60. Better get 60. 162.5. Better get 2.5 and 7.5. Better get 67.5 and 67.5. Did you? And 7.5. 70. 170. 170. 170 book. 167.5 book.
The Booker, yeah,
They already sold them. Must not have sold yet. See if they sold. My other clerk would have done it.
well, your other clerk's a lot smarter.
What do you say? 4-year-old right here. $1.50, $1.50, $1.50. They're to get 50. They're to get 2.5. They're to get 152.5. They're to get 2.5. 152.5. At 150. They're to get 2.5. 2.5. Sold 150. S number 21. Two-year-old. $2.10. $2.10, $2 now 10, and $2 now 10, there to get $2 now 10, over to get 10, 10, 10, there to get 10, out to get 10, and 210, 15, 15, 15, 15, 20, and 220, there to get 20, 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 yes, at 250, Chris, 215, Chris, number 7X. You guys' cows are already sold, you know that? Did y'all know that? Your cows are sold. That was one of them. This is one of them. This is one of your cows, guys. She's a nice cow. $1.40, $1.40, 2.5, $5.47.5, $50, 52.5, I get 52.5, 5, and 5, I get $1.52.5, I get 7.5, 60, die 2.5, 165, 167.5, 167.5. Belong this young lady right down in front of you. 167.5, 70, 170, now 72.5. Sold 170. Put them on Chris 10. See there? How much that helped? Oh, that's Clay's. We was looking for your name. Yours, that's their grandson though. That'll work. Okay, right here now, $110, 110, 110, 110, buy 10, 10, 10, 10, 110, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 110, 12 and a half, you got a pie, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, Chris, 110, 13. $125, $125, $125, better get $125, $25, $25, $25, $25, better $125, $25, $25, $125, better get $5, better get $5, $125, better get $27 and a half, better get $7 and a half, $7 and a half, $7 and a half, $30, out of $130, $130, $130, $130, $130, $130, $130, so $127 and a half, put them on Booker, straight. 8 by 4. 10 before, $1.25, $1.25, 125, 25, 7 and a half, I get 7 and a half, $1.27 and a half, 125, I get 730, I get 30, I get 2, 134, and 34, I get 6, I get 36, 38, 38, 38, 40, $1.40, I get 42, 142, but 142, 142, I get 2, 2, so 140, and put them on number 11, Booker 11. $7 by 7. 10-7. 10 by 7. $1,000. $1,000. Way to count. $1.10. 110. 110. 110. $1.10. $12. $10. 12. Did you get 12? 14, 16, 18, 20, $22, 124, 126, 128, 128, 128, so 126, put them on S7. Bye, y'all. Take care. A little bit straight in the legs right there, 2-year-old. $1.35, 135, 135, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 40, and 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, and a calf, and 45, put them on 5, calf straight. If you're the last bidder, you're going to pay for an owner. 30 cents a pound. 35, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, dollar, dollar 10, dollar 10, 110 a pound. Huh? 15, 12 and a half, 15, 20, 25. Whole, 120, whole, 5X. Old cow. Old cow and calf right there now. $2,000 for the pair. $2,000 for the pair. Weight of cow right there now. $1.30, $1.30, $1.30 a pound on the cow. $1.30, $1.30 a pound on the cow. $1.30 a pound on the cow. $1.35, $1.35, $1.35. Chris, $1.30 a pound. 13. $1,000. $500. 550, 600. 7. Half. 7 of 8. 850. 850. 850. $850 for the calf. Sold 800. Terry. 7. Goodbye. Where you at? Good calf. Thanks, guys.